Kudos, makofi sana kwa all the schools that have not gone on strike during the rampant unrest that we have experienced in the first half of the second term. Unrest that we experienced from learners who were drawn from all the clusters of schools from C1 to C4. But parents, as you celebrate that your sons and your daughters were able to be kept in school, I want to submit to us that teachers had to go beyond their teaching career, beyond their contract with the TSC, and keep guard and make sure that our learners have been kept safe in school 24 hours until they have been able to come for midterm that is happening from this weekend. Parents, I want to inform us that our teachers had to teach during the day as a curriculum delivery teacher in class, and in the evening, our teachers had to keep guard as watchmen. They had to reinforce security and follow up deliberately, individually to every learner to ensure that every bed is occupied at the sleeping time, to ensure that they have been able to get intelligence of every boy or every girl who could be leading incitement that would lead to peer pressure, making our learners coming home. As you may be seated home celebrating that your school never came for strike, it has costed an extra sacrifice beyond the job description of a teacher. And in Kenya today, parents, we have now reduced our teachers to watchmen, we have reduced our teachers to investigators, we have reduced our teachers to judges, and yet we also expect them to deliver curriculum and to create quality grades in our students and to also call out their talents. One thing that really embarrassed me and I felt sad is going back to school and finding that even some parents are giving alcohol to their own children to the dormitories. That even when the students were getting back to classrooms, we had to use sniffer dogs to ensure that your son and your daughter has not come with contrabands from home. Parents, mwalimu akifanya kitu kidogo katika hii nchi, sijui tumekasirishwa na nini na hawa walimu. We beat them aggressively, tunawararua kila pahali, and we say that teachers are employed to do this. Let me tell you, you send an indisciplined son in school, a teacher has got no miracle to make this son disciplined. You send a girl without character to school, no teacher has a miracle to mold a character that was not able to be molded by parents at home. My dear parents, now that our learners are coming home from midterm, from this weekend for a whole week, please have a deliberate quality talk with your child and understand them from their world. And this is not the time to say watoto wa siku hizi. There is no one time in life that we shall not demand discipline from the human beings anytime they will be living. There will be no one time that we shall not demand mtu anajituma, a person who can put effort in their life across the generations. And as teachers may tell you, because parents have not been supportive in schools, they are coming up with very worrying slogans. And we know that a teacher has been used over the years to model the outcome of a human being in your child. And when you hear them say we shall teach and go home, all parents should be very, very worried, because they will only teach and go home. And I have never seen a teacher who has been sacked because of the poor grades. And at the end of the engagement with the school, be it 3 years or 4 years in the senior school, it will be back to the sender. Parents, please guide your children. Kama mtoto wako anakunywa bangi, itikia uambiwe na usikie na ushirikiane na walimu na mashule kumold huyu mtoto. But it is very ashaming that some of you parents, munaweza nunua pombe na munaficha pombe hadi during the school visiting days, na watoto wanapatana hiyo pombe kwa dorm. Alafu tunakaa huku tukisema hiyo pombe iliingilia wapi? Na ni mzazi mwenzetu alificha ikaingia hadi kwa dorm. Parents, we know that phones are not allowed in schools. Even in the grade 10, are not allowed to have phones in school. Alafu when they use phones to panga strikes, to communicate with the schools of their caliber. Tuko hapa tukiuliza na mwalimu alitikia aje phone ipite iende hadi dorm. Parent, where were you? Not to check your son, not to check your daughter. Na ujue mtoto wako mmoja hana hiyo simu. Finally, kama mtoto wako mmoja anakushinda, huwezi mwambia kitu asikie. Cannot be an authority over your authority as a parent. How do you expect a principal to guide a crowd of 3,000, a crowd of 2,000, na huyo wako mmoja huwa hakusikii? We have given them a lot of liberty, a lot of comfort, alafu tunajipiga kifua tukisema hatutalea wetu vile sisi tulilewa. Let me tell you, you are who you are because of the parenting you got from your parents. At the same time, they instilled discipline in you. They allowed the school system to mold you, and this is why you are who you are. Please instill discipline, be firm, na musiseme kizazi cha siku hizi. When they are men and women, we shall demand accountability, and we shall demand responsibility and discipline from them as human beings. Finally, when these strikes went round, everybody spoke about other factors. We spoke about peer pressure. We spoke about the school systems and the school schedules. We spoke about the policy of education. We spoke about very many things. But who spoke about accountability of the learner? Kama mtoto anaweza chukua petrol, achome wengine hadi wafe. What school policy allows that? What school schedule allows that? Parents, it is time we also hold our learners accountable. Teachers, thank you so much for the sacrifice you put in ensuring that beyond curriculum delivery, you are molding this person even when parents have not appreciated you. I thank you so much for all the efforts you put. I am Joki Mwaura, niye de Muhuhi wa Coro.